Wrexham 2, Chelsea 4, and I don't know why I had to go through that. I don't know why I had to go through that, bro. Do you know what I mean? We got away with it again. You know what I'm saying? Just about escaped embarrassment. And yeah, man. Listen, we're through to the next round, but we just made it difficult again. How many times this season have I had to say this, bro? Either I say we shoot ourselves in our own foot, we've embarrassed ourselves, we just about got away with it. Bro, this club, bro, I swear down. Okay, obviously make sure you're liking and subscribing. We'll get into the match reaction. And let's get into this, innit? Because, listen, for me, this is just like... no more energy, man. I don't have energy to talk about this constantly. Like, you know, the problem is, it's almost always the same people again and again and again and again. Yeah? Like, obviously, we scored 4 goals and, you know, it sounds good, but we had to get to extra time. They had to lose a man on the 93rd minute. Like, bro, it's crazy. But let me show you guys the lineup as well. So this is the lineup that first came out. Yeah, I mean, and I said, you know what? I can see us, you know, 4-1. 3-1, I said. The reason I said 3-1 is I said, you know what? We should be able to deal with a team like Wrexham. And saying that, I don't mean that with any disrespect. Do you know what I mean? I've seen Wrexham's story for a while. Seen them progress almost every season, for like promote themselves almost every season. So they are currently in that the championship, and if I'm not mistaken, they're in the playoff spot. So they're not really a scrubby team, but come on, you have Sanchez gets back into goal, Sarr, Tosin, Badiashile. That is the back pairing, yeah, that I did not like. I did not like it, bro. And my main concern when it comes to the back line is Tosin. Tosin, for me, it's like he brings this air of just uncertainty, bro. He don't know what he's gonna do. And I think throughout the game, there's a period where he went to kick the ball out and he took the player out instead of kicking the ball. He completely missed the ball. Yeah. Sarr, he wasn't that great, but he got hooked off early. I know these men all got greens on them, bro. Tosin was the worst defender at the back. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is the thing. I did expect a not necessarily good performance against Wrexham, but I thought us just being Chelsea kind of gets you through. You know, sometimes you're just a better team, you're a Prem team, you just find a way through, innit? I didn't really care about the performance. I cared more about the result, and obviously the result says Chelsea won. But the reason why I'm a bit deflated when it comes to this game is because of how difficult we made it for ourselves. Now, Sarr, whatever, like obviously we switched back to this 3 in the back system, and you're gonna have all these players that most of the time don't play with each other. So like Neto doesn't really play with Achimpong. Sarr's recently pulled up to this team. This guy's a bozo gene. This guy Tosin doesn't give Badiashile any confidence. Hato is someone that plays well, but he's recently started to get into the team. Lavia just came back from injury. Santos usually plays. Like, you get where I'm getting with this, innit? So, you look at this now and you think, you know what, is what it is. You look at their team, it's almost like we're playing a similar system just to make sure that we can just counteract them and X, Y, and Z, yeah? But the team that we seen play 3 in the back against Villa is not this team. So it's not like we're continuing what we've done last week, this week. So essentially, to all these players, it's a new thing we're doing now, right? And look, I don't like it. Especially after what I've seen today, I don't like it. Especially with these individuals. And seeing some of these individuals in the team is what put it down. I think this was probably Lavia's worst performance. Do you know what I mean? This is the first time I've seen him this poor. And listen, I hope to not see this level again. I've never really seen it with Lavia again, but I don't want to see it again. I think Hato was better than it showed in the game, like on this number thing, but he did better, especially going forward. You know what I mean? He kept the ball and whatever, like he done his thing. And we just reluctant to cross the ball into the box. Even when Delap was there, we don't cross the ball into the box. Even when he came off, we weren't crossing the ball into the box. But surprise, surprise, when we cross the ball into the box, we create chances. But looking at them, listen, Smith was a danger. O'Brien was dangerous. Viner was someone that the commentator said is his first start for the club. He's a defender, centre half playing in midfield. He was cooking in midfield. Do you know what I mean? And Doyle obviously scored the goal and also assisted for Smith's goal, the first goal. And yeah, Dobson obviously got sent off. And I think Broadhead and Windass were the ones causing us danger here. Brunt's the one that scored and he got disallowed. Moore missed a chance from very close by. So they caused us problems. From our team, Mark Gu came on, Cucurella came on. He was on that he was alright. Do you know what I mean? He was alright. He had an opportunity when he got passed through, but didn't do anything. But he, so when he started bringing in Malo Gusto, João Pedro, even though Malo Gusto wasn't the greatest, but him coming on, I think João Pedro was the one that made the biggest difference and scored the goal. Sugo came in with 2 assists as well. Him being back as well was helping. But Margu coming on didn't do anything for us. It didn't really do anything for us. But at the same time, I don't expect much from someone like a Margu. And that's only because when he doesn't get that many opportunities, yes, he can be fit to come off the bench and that, but you never play and all of a sudden, okay, cool, because we ain't got players on the bench. Can you come on and do some magic? I mean, like, there's a difference between being fit and being match fit. But I understand why Cucurella played. Cucurella played because people said he needed minutes, before the PSG game, and then all of a sudden he got an extra half an hour than we planned for him to get. Why do you think players are? Why do you guys always say this player needs more minutes? Mount Cucurella needs minutes after his injury to get to match fitness and sharpness. Yeah. So a player that never really plays consistently, you can't expect to do certain things. You see him there, the ball, he can't even control the ball, can't hold the ball, obviously isn't in the right position. It's nothing to do with injuries or sharpness. But, that's just some of the things. If you're going to play 2 up the front, two players up front, then at least have 1 player at the edge of the box here, like we had, like a Dalap was here at some point, and have a Gu at the back post just in case, and then someone else can be in the centrally. Take that space especially if you have 2 defenders or 1 defender, whatever it is. If Dalap or someone misses the ball at the front, you there to tap it in. Instead, Gu was standing in the penalty spot. So if the ball did go across when Garnacho had that weird shot across thing, no one was there. Do you know what I mean? No one was there. But yeah, man, like I said, so yeah, the game started and Doyle got a ball over the top. Do you know what I mean? And of course, the 2 Bozo centre backs standing next to each other. Smith manages to pass through, and yeah, scores his goal. I think after that, that's roughly on there, was it 18th minute? And then after that, you had the goal. The own goal thing, I think Garnacho had a shot, the goal hit off the goalkeeper side. We got fortunate. Second half, he brought on Gu on like almost the 60th minute. Took off Mamadou Sarr. Later on, he took off Jero Hato for Cucurella and Isugo for Lavia. We knew Lavia was coming off. 65th minute. He couldn't write it. He couldn't write it. They made changes as well, but then they scored. Doyle scored that shot from 10 minutes to go, bro. The guy shoots from out the fingers of the corner, goes to outside of the box. The guy has a shot, and Doyle just essentially just flicks it the opposite way. Sanchez can't do anything about it. And then 3 minutes after that, Josh Achimpong, manages to get the ball and just has a shot, keeps us in it. After that was the 85th minute, the lap come on, Gusto come on for, Achimpong, and obviously João Pedro came on for the lap. And we got 6 minute added time. The guy takes out Garnacho, you know what I mean? And then they go and check VAR. The brother, I think his name is Dobson or something, gets sent off. And then we have to now end up going to extra time, additional half an hour. And then after that, obviously, Garnacho, we crossed the ball. Garnacho manages to get a good opportunity. And we were lucky that Garnacho, I swear that we were lucky, bro. We were so lucky, yeah, that brother realized, actually found the net. Bouncing like that, Garnacho, very off. You know what I mean? And he still managed to hit. And you see, between that period when we was 2-2, or we were down and we had, like, until Garnacho scored, we were playing like we were trying to get a goal. We really tried to get a goal. Do you know what I mean? And the minute we managed to get the goal, all of a sudden they started to pass out the back again. And we don't have to play with this intensity anymore. Let's just be calm. And that's where the mistakes happen again. I mean, there was a period where there was a thing throughout the game where Sanchez passed it straight to the DM, to Lavia, and it was just, we hit on the counter again. They would just do a one touch pass, just hitting us on the counter so badly, bro. We were struggling. You get me? We were struggling. Obviously, Jesse Derry ended up coming on to net toe off after the goal. And when he got taken up by one of those players as well, the players just turned again, and it's just unnecessary yellows. The amount of time the commentator says, this player got a yellow, was Andre Santos got a yellow because he had too much to say to the referee. Same with Garnacho 10 minutes later. Too much to say with the referee, and that's when Kiefer Moore tackled someone. I forgot. Remember, I think he tackled Cucurella or something. Same thing, bro. And then you have like, we got added like 5-minute added times, and João Pedro with an amazing goal to completely dead the game off. And I think we should have tried to at least dead the game off as soon as we scored the Garnacho goal, instead of trying to mess about. Because before that, Brunt scored that goal at 114th minute, and it would have leveled it, and we would have been in trouble again. You know what I mean? They checked offside, and obviously, to be fair, maybe if Lewis Brunt had left it, it would have gone in. But that's just reaching for it. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm reaching for it. But it's my thing's always been, it's the poor performance. It's again another poor performance. I understand that it's not our starting team and X, Y, and Z. I understand that. But that doesn't excuse the level of performance that we've seen. Do you know what I mean? We can't rely on some of these players, bro. We know Badiashile turns into a bozo by himself. So the minute you add Tosin, it doesn't give him confidence. Like, if you put a good defender next to him, you can run the Badiashile thing. You can't run the Badiashile thing with Tosin, because Tosin's already a net negative. So you add Badiashile to it, you're just shaky. You know what I mean? You already seen it affect Sar's performance. You turn around, Achampong wasn't good either. Do you know what I mean? Lavia wasn't good. Goalkeeper is goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? I was looking at Jurgensen and saying, you know what? I'm so comfortable with him playing with the ball at his feet, but he's such a hologram sometimes in goal. This guy's the opposite. And sometimes you get Sanchez that is double negative. Can't play with his feet, and he's a hologram in goal. I mean, and these are the reasons why I can never ever, no matter how good Sanchez plays, and I can't criticize him in this moment in time because he's playing well, I can't trust him, bro. And the reason I can't trust him is just because of how inconsistent. Like, in the biggest moments, you can't trust Sanchez. Every time, I said it before, yeah, he's probably a bull. Every time he sees a red shirt or whatever, he forgets how to be a goalkeeper again. All the good things we praise him for, he forgets how to do. Either way, though, besides that, we're on to the next round, but you can tell that you don't want to see some of these players. And with the Lavia thing, I don't know whether he plays well when Caicedo's in the team and it kind of masks over what he can and can't do. I thought his cameo the other day against Villa was really good, but he showed nowhere near that level today. Nowhere near that level. Do you get me? And like I said, man, we got away with it. We had to bring on João Pedro and have him running around for no reason when he's probably going to be playing the PSG game. So I don't understand why he was on the pitch, why we had to play him against Wrexham and waste his energy. And some of the players, we should have been, this game should have been done and dusted first half. Maybe even second half, done and dusted 70, 60th minute and keep it moving, bro. To add another half an hour to this game is dark. Half an hour is just crazy, bro. But listen, the main figures were through, and hey, listen, I better not see this kind of performance again, bro. You know, it just feels like wasted time. It genuinely feels like wasted time. Of course, you know, some people, I was like, I wasn't feeling too much about the game and whatever. I was like, it just is what it is. But for me, it's about, I want to win this trophy if I can. Do you know what I mean? I want to win this trophy if I can. So I'm not someone that wants to be moaning and complaining, but I want to win this trophy. Do you get me? So of course I wanted to go through, but the more I watch some of these games, the more I can tell which players I can trust and which players I can't trust. So yeah, man, like I said, we're through. Oh yeah, on to the next. That's the only way you look at it, you know, on to the next. But yeah, listen, big up for everyone if you watched. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. And also, I'll be putting some videos up here, playlists and everything you can watch. And yeah, make sure you look out for it, and I'm out.